Hello, thank you for the invitation and the possibility to show you what we are doing at our school in Hamburg. We followed, thank Darko, all the discussions we had in the morning, and I can say everything that was said fits perfect to the things we do.
From my side as well, I'm very delighted to be here, and it's an honor for us to share what we are doing. Thank you very much.
Okay, you have already seen the golden circle, and the golden circle is the heart of or the structure of the keynote today. We want to take you on our way. We went about over 10 years, and we want to tell you what we do, why we do what we do, and how we do what we do. And else we want to show our way, what is helpful and what is still challenging. And first of all, have an insight to our school.
Na poklicni šoli v Hamburgu odgovornost raste iz zaupanja. 22 učencev in 90 učiteljev to doživlja vsak dan. Učenje je tukaj samo-organizirano in individualno. To pomeni, da lahko tako vajenci sami kot sodelavci sami določijo individualne prioritete in sami prevzamejo odgovornost zanje, kar počnejo v kombinaciji s teorijo in prakso. V ITECH je sprememba načela. Odmik od klasičnega poučevanja predmetov k individualiziranemu učenju pri poučevanju na področju učenja. Z uspehom. Večino časa imamo prost scenarij na področju učenja. Obstajajo tudi stopnje, da dobite malo pomoči, malo prispevka, malo idej. Učna okolja so usmerjena v prihodnost in digitalno podprta. Vedno s pogledom na trg dela. Učenci prevzamejo različne vloge, s katerimi se morajo na to ukvarjati in jih prepoznati. Naš cilj je, da ponotranjijo življenje agilne miselnosti. Imate priložnost, da izstopite iz svojega območja udobja in naredite nekaj povsem novega, česar še nikoli niste storili. Učitelji so tukaj spremljevalci učenja, zagotavljajo učne impulze in stalne povratne informacije. Kultura napak je pravzaprav osrednja točka našega dela, saj tukaj delamo tako, da napake niso slabe, ampak se morajo napake zgoditi ali pa delate napake tudi v procesu učenja. Toda to je spet izhodišče, kjer se lahko učite. Še posebej uvid je zelo pomembno, da si gradivo ne zapomnite le odkrito, ampak da se dejansko naučite, kako sami pridobiti znanje. Želimo, da naši učenci pridobijo veščine, ki jih potrebujejo, da se lahko zabavajo v življenju in na delovnem mestu v svetu sprememb, da spremembe dojemajo kot nekaj pozitivnega in da se preprosto približajo vsemu, kar še prihaja. Procesi poučevanja in učenja so tukaj inovativni in individualno zasnovani. Zato žirija poklicne šole ITECH Hamburg podeljuje nagrado Nemške šole 2023.
What does a day at ITECH look like?
Yeah, some insights. Monika, a great and amazing visionary, and I'm glad to be part of the school. I'm a teacher, so I can show and tell a little bit about some details, how we're going to do it actually. So our base is a learning field, so imagine projects. Students do meaningful projects for about 3.5 weeks, interdisciplinary. So with parts of technology, with parts of economics, with parts of languages. So, and that's we bring together. So this is our base. The teachers and students work in multidisciplinary teams. So the projects are complex, so you need multiple disciplines to solve them. And therefore, teachers have to be multidisciplinary in a team, and students as well. We start a day with a check-in. We have attendance for sure, everybody needs to do attendance. But we give the students the chance to do attendance by themselves. So we have things with QR codes or digital systems where they can say, okay, I'm here. So these are little things which change quite a lot, because instead of sitting there and telling all the names and making this list, then you are in school. If students are more self-responsible from the very beginning, it changes. So, at a certain point, we have an end, a finish, a checkout. Oh, no, it's okay. It's okay. Okay. The day ends. We look together with all our students. What is coming the next days? What problems are still needs to be solved? Maybe tomorrow. So, and we do that together with a team of 8 to 10 teachers and 90 students. Not all teachers are there for the whole time, so we have a ratio of 30 students, 1 teacher. But when we are there, we are together at least with 3 students, and we are responsible for 90 students. So we have a start, we have an end, and in the core time, so there's there are some inputs where we can, because sometimes we like to tell the students what we know. So it's still part of being a teacher, but also what is more important, students have time to work individually. So we don't prepare their schedule for the whole day. We have some ideas what we could do at certain points. We invite them for an input. If they don't want to come because they think that's something I know already, it's fine for us. So, and then offers, checkpoints, joint conclusions. So we have a couple of pictures on the next slide. Huh? Would you like to add something here? Or?
No.
Okay.
Okay. There you can see that the students are working in teams and their colleagues are, well, that's me actually, and a person from a company. Later on, I come to the chance to cooperate with the companies. And we just go in, they are working, and if they have a question, they speak to us. Otherwise, the teachers can just do their things, prepare the next day or whatever they need, which is really good. Okay, that's...
Oh, one second. Right now, the students are here in a class. But here we have a lot of areas in school. This is an atrium. Students can choose their place where they want to work. So they can leave class and go somewhere else. At certain points, we want to see them again, for sure. But in the meanwhile, they can decide where they want to work.
Heiko, let's go to the why.
Yes.
We've not that time, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, why are we working like that? And why are our students learning like that? Because we have a very strong idea how successful learning functions, and as well how motivated working functions. When I can say I'm working or learning on my topic, here are my goals in focus, and that what I'm doing here, I can say I needed what I do. Then I have an added value, which is very important to make people do things. And when then I also have the chance to decide what exactly I do, when I do it, where I do it, how I do it, and with whom, then I'm having fun. Then I feel good. Then I have comrade in arms that fit to the things I'm doing. And this is what we want. That means for conducting the environment that we need a very diverse offer of learning possibilities. We need inviting places, energizing places where people like to be. Because only when I like to be in a place, then I can work good, and then I can learn good. We need freedom for own decisions, which is very complicated at schools, and we need competent contact persons. And the second why is the future. Future is like an engine, and whenever nobody knows where we are going in the future, but one thing is clear: we have change, 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 and this will never change again. So focus change. Yes, what's happening there? We have skilled labor development, you know it. We have new work with working in shared spaces, with working hybrid, with working in multidisciplinary teams. We have the digital transformation, as you know, and of course we have those VUCA world, volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. Nobody knows where we are going. I say it again. On the other hand, we have topics like sustainability, integration of different people, equivalence of people, but also equivalence of academic and vocational education, and of course social participation in everything. So the main focus we should give concerning competences is learning competence, self-competence, individualization, which means both sides. Me, myself, must be able to individualize my own way, but Heiko, as the conductor of my lessons, has to individualize as well. So this is the core, and added to this core, we have those so-called 21st century skills, which means critical thinking, creativity, communication, and collaboration. And now we switch to the how. With this all in mind, we went and made the first steps. And how did we do that? You need a little design of what could be in the future, even if it's very cloudy what you see there, but you should have a vision. And this is why we first look to the vision. And when you have a vision, then you can ask, what does it mean for everyday acting? How do we organize everyday school life? And the strategies, which means what do we need to do every day so that we go towards the vision we have. And the base of all that are fitting values. Well, now let's go on the journey.
Monika, 1 second, you need to...
Oh, sorry. Oh, here, I'm sorry. Okay. Our vision is we meet in an open learning environment, working with motivation on the development of our personal skills profiles, and find competent contact persons to accompany and support us. And our school, our ITECH, is a place that is perceived as a space for shaping the individual future and is fun. And this means students as well as teachers and all other people who work at our school. That means we need open, mobile, digital supported, agile, self-determined, individualized, competence-oriented, sustainable learning and working. And if we do so, it needs trust, freedom of design or freedom to make my own decisions, accompaniment, courage, motivation, a really big, very huge portion of resilience, as I can tell you, and a very good functioning infrastructure. Okay, how do we organize everyday school life? Heiko.
Yes. My learning at any time, at any place, sustainable in teams. That's something we try to make work. So, and for that, we already talked about the projects, meaningful for 3.5 weeks. So we don't have to motivate students every day again. So what we are doing today, or maybe every 2 hours, why you are here, what's your name, and what you're going to do the next 90 minutes. So they know what to do. So they are self-responsible for the process. For sure, we help. They have teams. So this is our core concept. And without that one, all the other things doesn't make so much sense. So the technical layer is very, very important, but if we wouldn't have that one, just this one, it wouldn't work.
So that's why we say didactic first.
Yes. Some principles, sometimes you see them on the wall in some companies, schools, but they're not so lively. We really try to do that, and I would say we start with, it's very dangerous here. Luckily you survived the conference. Trust. So trust is something we try to give as much as we can. It's not easy, but when the students start, why I shouldn't trust them? The student's there to learn, to get new skills, so I start to trust the student. That doesn't mean we don't speak to each other, we don't reflect. So, and at a certain moment, maybe we have to talk about what trust means, but we start with trust.
Okay, we have to go to the way, to the strategies we have. I'm sorry that the yellow capitals are not really visual, but it doesn't matter. The core is on the slide. Well, our strategy, we develop teacher competence profiles. Which means, what is important, Heiko, of all of them?
I think one of the very important competence for teachers is that we are able to listen to our students. So what is important for them? So, and in one of the next slides we have learn coaching is mentioned. So we did with all our or with many of our teachers a training. It was maybe 67, 80 hours, maybe something like that, about what does it mean to be a learn coach. So, and this was for me very important. So we had a change then within our...
We shift the role.
Yeah.
We already heard about the teacher role this morning, and we shifted the role from from a person who just vermitteln,
just explaining,
just teaches, just explains things to a person who accompanies the learners. And this is the next slide where I go. We have a really good accompanying system, and you need accompanying system because when you act like that, as we mentioned, you come very close, very quick, very close to the insides of the people that are sitting in the classroom with all their backpacks they have, and they need support. Otherwise, they won't be motivated to learn. This is why we have the learning support in the classroom. Every teacher is a learning supporter. Then we have special people that are learning coaches. They make counseling, coaching, and inclusion is a big topic, a big theme at our school, and language support. Of course, we have a lot of refugees in our education, and they need language support, because the examination normally is in German. So we have multi-professional coaching and counseling team that consists of counseling teachers, school social workers, work assistants, and they are networked to other institutions as well.
And one thought about the education of the teachers with our system, because I'm not responsible for just one class, we have a team. So sometimes we have time to educate, to do trainings, because other teachers can help us when I'm not at school. So if you have a single class setup, it's sometimes not so flexible. Huh?
Yes, we already talked about flexible hybrid learning environments, nice rooms where you can be, spaces according to the function, quiet rooms, input rooms, collaboration rooms, inviting, energetic, and so on. And then a very important strategy is cooperation with the companies, our learning locations. We have a regular communication and exchange with the companies to meet an agreement on competencies and the distribution. What is at school, what is in the company. At school you can do all those things which last over a longer time, but the quickly, rapidly changing skills have to be in the companies. Joint mentoring of the trainees. This is a hard project. We are really working on it. I can't say we are ready with that, but the idea is to have, in the end of a learning field, company and school and the learner to focus on what competences do they have developed and what are the next steps. Then use of synergies, shared responsibility, shared trainings, and I come to the next. Team strengthening, very, very important. Traditional, and you know schools are hierarchical systems, so the tradition is everything comes top down, but my role as leader is to make the teams organize themselves. And this means we have to shift as leaders, to shift from managers to servant leaders. Servant leadership instead of management. The people must be in the focus, the enthusiasm, visions, do right things, give a direction, principles and communication, and not the things that are on the right hand. This is managing, and we should move from managing to leading. And this is something, this is relevant for teachers concerning the groups they are leading. It's relevant for me as a school principal for leading my teachers, and it's relevant for the system, the ministries, and every other institution that is relevant to lead us, the ones who have their own institutions.
And I can say, Monika is not lying. Yeah, error culture. Trust, very important, and then dealing with errors. He might be famous in Slovenia as well, we think. You know his attitude, so he finds the sweet spots where he can put some salt in the wounds, so definitely. So sometimes that's fun, but it's not so helpful for a school environment. So how can we learn from the mistakes and grow from it? So you all know this kind of phrases, but it's important to really live that. So, and give students chances to shape what they're doing by themselves. So not just giving them a task, so they need to have the possibility to shape what they're going to do and how is that assessed. So, and within this process, we need to guide them. That's our job, I would say.
That leads us to the values we have: error culture, eye level, trust, creative space, responsibility. This is the base of all of it, and very, very important. So, what was our way? short and quick, I know we are nearly at the end, but we started with a tense, with attention, dissatisfaction, heterogeneity, change, 2013. And then we started talking about competencies, we started introducing a sort of skill 1.0. Then every year we did something. 2015 we had the mission statement, we talked about a competence atlas, evaluation, concept, team orientation, and then attitude, new role of learning. Every year with all the colleagues on school we did something. Individualization, self-responsibility, individual performance assessment, design of sustainable teaching, learning culture, and then Corona. That was a chance. That was the next big step because we had a new didactic cornerstone. Learning, unabhängig, independent, independent from time and room. That was great. And this was a good step. Then after, we needed 6 hours, and then everything was switched into the hybrid room. And then after Corona, we had to talk about how do I come from I to we again, then utilize creative spaces, then take responsibility for creative spaces. And actually, we have the year of didactics and pedagogic. Well, what is helpful? With all involved, develop organization as well, digitalization concept, accompanying concept, external expertise and exchange, and of course, this is yours. Heiko, that is yours.
Continuous improvement.
Okay, and the other thing that is helpful, ask your students what they want. Yeah, we ask our students, and I just show you without any comments. That's what they gave us as help and what lives now. And for all this, we need a lot of freedom for all the things there, interior design, curriculum, competence diagnosis, learning organization. We need a lot of freedom to do so like we do and meet limits. And I'm sure you meet limits as well. Means of order, fears, hierarchies, classic resource management, knowledge-based exams, comfort zone of the people, lobby attitudes. That is borderline, something like that. And this is the moment when I say, as the leader of the school, all my people have to have the freedom to do the things right and to be creative and innovative. And me has to fight. And that's what I'm doing every day. Thank you.